Hello, Elite Club! Look who I have with us
Hi,
today! It's a special month. It's January. Happy New Year, everybody!
How's everybody doing today? January, one of my favorite months in the world. My daughter was born in this month, January 20th. My wife was born this month, January 11th, and our wedding anniversary, January 20th. So basically,
You're
I have no
busy,
money
Junior.
this month. This month I have zero dough. All the women I love in my life, I'm spending it all. So we're doing this now. So let's go.
Perfect!
Interview, bring it to me.
Perfect lead off to the interview we're going to do with Mr. Stevie D today. I have a couple questions for you, Steve, and you help out today. So first and foremost, I want to know, how are we going to keep, number one question is, how are we going to keep sales on track in 2017?
This is important, and you have to write down, you have two things you gotta write down. One, what your budget is, meaning I always, on every budget, I wanna sandbag just a little. I never wanna give a number that I can't meet. So budgeting is different, very different than goals. So budget first is, I need on my budget, I've got to do 100,000 a month. Now, my goal should always be a stretch goal. It should always be, how am I challenging myself? So if my budget's 100, I'm going to say my goal 125,000 a month. So every month, write this down and track it. What is my budget, my actual, and my goal, and where am I in reference to each? Now remember, you have to be hitting your budget or your activities got to go up until such time that you do. And in the goal, it's the exact same idea. Because even if you get 85% of goal and you were budgeting for 125, now you're doing 112, you're beating budget by 12%, but you're still chasing goal, it's got another 15% to go. That's the mindset behind it. So track in writing every month, write it down, and then chart yourself as to where you are to budget, to actual, to goal. And every month look at that, right? So whenever we do our budgets for our folks, we put that out there. Budget is what you're going to do. Stretch goal, this is what your goal would be if things went amazing and you killed it, did the extra stuff you're going to need to do, appointments, time setting, owning your mornings, all these things are important. Target, top 10, top 10. If that's the mindset, then you can make that happen. But track that every month, write it down, look at it.
Does that work for escrow also?
100%. So our escrow officers, again, you guys know this because you're a little smarter, more conservative than some of our sales folks. Good job. You're going to say budget. You're going to make that budget no matter what. Then you're going to have a stretch goal, challenge yourself, and you're going to have your actuals. Every month, write it down, track where you're going to be.
Okay, second question. Tell us about the market of the moment for 2017. What are we looking at here?
I got to 42 of our 43 states this year. I spent time with over 165 of our operations, 193 in the company. So I got a good breadth. I can tell you across the board, optimism in 17. People are optimistic. We're looking at a 5 to 7% increase in transactional volume and a 6 to 9% increase in equities in most places, right? Depends on the area, right? Coastal communities, a little bit higher in equity gain, but everybody's looking to get a little bit of an equity bump because we've got lower inventories and prices have gone to go up. Another thing, refinances. Those are going to be down 40 to 50%. Now, when rates go up, that's not a bad thing for real estate. One, it creates some urgency. Some folks that were on the fence are now going to look at buying or selling quicker because the Fed's already said they're going to raise the rates at least 3 more times in 17. Also, when the rates go up, the banks have a greater incentive to lend money. Now you're going to see different programs come out that will make it easier for consumers to get into loans and mortgages where they've been very difficult the last 3 or 4 years because the banks had very little incentive to lend money out. So that's why it was harder to get loans. So these are all going to be good for our 5 to 7% increase in transactions, 6 to 9% in equity going forward for resale. Refi is going to drop 40-ish%.
Okay, very cool. And my last question I have for you is, and I hear this a lot in coaching, is that how do I take down that top big producer? You know, the guy that's in the top 10% of the whole real estate community. Give us some insight about how to take down that top producer in 2017.
As you know, Lisa and Sam do a whole program on this, but here are the 5 things you got to do, right? Number 1, you have to have a strong meet and greet. Do not call them or talk to them like you are intimidated, like you are scared. You do more transactions in a month than most of these folks will do in a year. You definitely do more than they do in a year. Call them with passion. Set the standard, set the tone when you call. Hi, Lisa, it's Steve. Listen, I've got a couple different programs that are working for multiple top producers across my network. I'd love to share them with you. I only need 15 minutes. I won't waste your time. If it's not of value, I'll never bother you again. 15 minutes. Where are you having coffee this week? I'll meet you. Call with confidence, because 77% of the time you have confidence, people listen. So a strong meet and greet and a strong call. Secondly, spend some time building rapport. Okay? When you meet with somebody, spend some time in rapport. Find ways that you can find rapport. The definition is finding common ground. Hi, listen, I noticed on Facebook the kids are back from college. Mine were back too. What a great time. So nice to have them home, you know. Do they enjoy going to X-College? Do they enjoy da-da-da? If they have pets, talk about pets. Your whole thing is find a little common ground in 3 to 5 minutes while you're sitting there. And by the way, if they continue to talk, just keep asking questions. That's great. Oh, they do. They go to, law school at USC. Do they like it? Keep playing that game, because the more conversation you have, the more rapport you have, the more open that person starts to become to having a conversation. People do business with people they like.
Yes.
Spend time in rapport. Thirdly, you got to start adding value where you get a chance. Yep, all my kids are back too. They have to work around mom's schedule in terms of work because I've got a lot going. My clients are always starting their years off in 2017, so I'm very busy early on helping them set and achieve their goals for the year. That's a value add statement. That person knows I work with my clients to help them add value. Find ways to work in the fact, I notice your production level, boy, congratulations, your production level is up there with Jeff Seebach and Brian North and people that are all really doing excellently. Yeah, I got a number of clients that way too, so it's been a big year. What are you forecasting in 17? We looked at it being up a little bit. What are your thoughts? Now they know you work with quality people, you work with people just like them. That creates some value add. Fourth, you're going to get the same objections you're going to get. If they're a big producer, they already have someone that they work with and they like. So don't sell things that don't have any real tangible value. You give great service. You get me 24/7. None of that stuff's going to be that important, ladies and gentlemen. What's going to be important is I would never want you, if I do create an opportunity for us to grow together, I would not expect you nor might ask you to move everything to me today. I will earn my way in our relationship towards your business as we go. And if I don't, you don't owe me anything. Okay? Make it easy for them to let them engage with you so it's easy. And then fifth, you got to close. You got to close. You got to say, so if we're going to do these things, I need to know now you're willing to make an investment in me in terms of getting escrows. I know you've got three open listings right now. Could I start with one of those to see if you're a good fit with my escrow offer, to see how this would look? Escrow, same with you. Let me try one deal so you can see how it is when I'm on that side of the deal with you. You can get a feel for me if I'm a good fit for you and your business. Asking for one does not mean they have to unseat a relationship. Asking for one does not mean they got to make uncomfortable calls to title and escrow and salespeople, right? So get one deal, do a good job, then start asking for more as your relationship earns the right to do that.
Very cool. And don't forget, the magic happens between the 5th and the 12th touch. So just if you got a few no's, keep going. The yes is on the other side of that 5th touch. So keep doing that there. Thank you so much. Elite Club, go crush it this month.
Absolutely. Lastly, remember the money is in the mundane in this business. The money is made in the mundane. Be good every day. Be good every morning. That becomes greatness over month after month after month. Thanks, everybody. Have a great month.